Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday with Charlie Kirk. I'll be honest, I didn't even know who he was until this happened. I had to go online and look him up, and frankly, I didn't agree with anything he had to say. But that still doesn't warrant what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday was despicable, absolutely despicable. And I went online, like I said, I wanted to find out who he was first. And then I started, reading comments, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Instead of mourning his family and his kids, his wife, all I could see was people talking about retaliation and more violence and more hate. It wasn't like anybody was sad, they were angry. And the thing is, we're going to see more and more of this. It's just more left versus right. You know, we don't like what they're saying, so let's just do away with them, and then everything's going to be wonderful. And we don't even know who the killer was, right? I don't think we found that out yet. We don't know what side he was on, and it doesn't matter because even if he was, on the same side politically, they'll say that it was a setup and it was the other side. You know how these things go. It doesn't matter. The person that did this was unhinged. What he did was terrible. And we all have the freedom of speech. We have the freedom to speak our truths, whether you agree with it or not. You do not have the right to do away with somebody because you disagree with what they have to say. And if you are going to speak your truths, you have to know that there could be consequences to your actions, to the things you talk about. There are unhinged people out there, and unfortunately, he triggered somebody, and he wasn't, I'm not even going to get into that. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel about him. He didn't deserve this. And I made the mistake of watching the footage. It was horrifying. I don't know what the answer is. And obviously neither does anyone else, because this just keeps happening and it's getting worse and worse. And it just creates more hate and more animosity. And if you read all the comments and what everybody's saying, everybody's just angry at the other side, and it just created more of this hate and violence. Everybody's just blaming, and it's sickening, and it makes me worry about the future of our country, not for myself, I'm old, but for my grandkids. I worry about what they're going to be facing. I used to love this country, and I still do. There's nowhere else I'd rather live, to be honest with you. But there's a lot wrong in our country, and it's just getting worse by the day. Nothing's getting better. And it didn't just happen. It wasn't rainbows and sunshine, last year, and now, it's doomsday. It's been just slowly declining. And every time, somebody gets elected, we think, oh, they're going to change things. And nothing changes. Nothing changes. It just goes from bad to worse. Even though whoever's in office, their side will claim that, oh, things are looking great and wonderful. And the other side will be like, no, it's not. And it's not. But I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. But I know hate isn't the answer, violence isn't the answer, and to keep doing this is just stupidity. It just creates more of the same. It's ridiculous. And none of the comments were loving. They were all, like I said, everybody was either they were for it, like he deserved this, or they wanted to do away with other people that were against him. Both sides were angry. Both sides were calling for hate and violence. I didn't see either side say, "Hey guys, this was wrong. We need to come together." And you know, that's a dream from days gone by. That's never going to happen where people, you know, lovingly come together and want to work things out and feel empathy and compassion towards the other side. You know, they're like, well, this is what you deserve. And then the other side is, well, we're going to retaliate against you now. And it's a mess. The whole thing is a mess, and it's just brought out the worst in everybody. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even know who he was because I don't follow that kind of stuff. And whether I agree with him or disagree with him, he did not deserve that. And I hope people realize that. We can't rejoice in this type of thing because it's just going to create more of it. I got to go to work. I just wanted to know what you guys thought. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Do you have the answer? I don't think any of us do. Just love each other. Be kind. Be respectful. Just because you don't agree with what somebody else believes doesn't give you the right to be hateful towards them. You know, we're all just trying to get along and live our best lives. And I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you go. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I hope to hear from you in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.